Everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be a little different. I'm actually going to talk through the art of the double peek, and we're going to do it live in real time and give these tips in the moment. So how we're going to talk about the art of the double peek and really how this improves your aim and how to really get better. So this is an issue and technique that we're talking about in overall game sense. So game sense, as we were discussing in the prior video, if you have not, definitely be sure to check out that video. Game sense is obviously how are you supposed to aim if you have no game sense and you really don't know where to aim. You know, lack of game sense would be just cutting around the corner and then running right up on somebody. That could be an approach, that can be a tactic, but also is not very vital, especially when the enemy opponent knows what they're doing. So again, I might stutter, I might stammer here, but I want to keep this in real time as if we're sitting next to each other and really hammering this out and explaining it. So, real quick, the art of the double peek. Let's say you saw somebody here and you took a shot, right? The thing that all of us do is we instantly re-peek the same angle and take a shot. Now there's two techniques into the art of the double peek. Obviously when you're double peeking and somebody is out in the open and they have a complete disadvantage, let's just say the person you're shooting is right here out in the open. And if you're shooting him, the double peek works. You take a shot, you keep trying to hit him in that one spot, and you're making your hitbox as small as humanly possible while this individual has nowhere to go but stand out in the open. Right? Now let's switch up the scenario. Let's say this individual did have cover, right? Let's look at the standpoint of somebody here with a sniper rifle. That's why I have the sniper rifle in this slot here. Let's say they're just hard holding the angle, as if this was CSGO or something. You know, they took a shot, and they're also double peeking. Now the issue is that if you took a shot and you become predictable in your pattern of how you're shooting, and they were right there, the problem with the double peek, and the biggest issue that you're going to run into, is whenever you're taking a shot, the person is still hard holding the angle. So if you appear and your head is still here, you're literally walking right into a kill or you just being dead, which is really not good. So how do we solve for this? So you need to really feel out your opponent. If they're double peeking, you can always take a different angle just to throw them off, take height, then drop again, and then go for another peek. Or even if you need to, take a completely different angle, as I failed a wall jump, and peek this way and throw off your enemy. This is a lot of people do this. They do 1v1s in this test in the practice range. So remember that double peeking can be very vital when they're exposed and you're trying to minimize your hitbox. People do this with a Mastiff, the Wingman, with various guns, and you're just peeking constantly. On our next video topic for tomorrow, we're going to talk about how to properly cut a corner, especially whenever you're breaching a room and you're trying to look for enemies, especially in Apex, CSGO, and various games. So this can apply to a whole lot. So remember the concepts, everything that we're breaking down. Double peeking is fine to minimize your hitbox so you keep going in and out of cover. Double peeking can also be effective whenever you're fighting somebody else double peeking. The problem is when you take a shot at somebody and you keep double peeking, you become predictable. So let's say they landed their first shot, but then because they know how you're going to peek, you start to lose. You got to play a little bit of 4D chess. So this can work in both aspects. Let's say you're playing against a really good player and they know, okay, well, he may not double peek. He's going to, he might appear this way. And you can feel out the amount of time it takes. You can also tell based on the amount of ammo left in the mag of when you should peek. So if you notice they're using R99 and you felt like they shot about, let's say 10, 20 bullets and you heard like the full mag spray go down, you know if you peek, they're at a disadvantage. They still have to reload their gun. So if the person came around the corner with the R99 and started shooting and you can tell that they went through most of their mag, you can start peeking and taking a different angle. And now at this point, this is a good moment to move because you know they're reloading, because they are not watching where you went. So this is how you get the art of the double peek. You peek a different angle, or you peek the same angle, or you know to double peek the same angle because you know they're out of ammo. So let's say they had a longbow, and you can tell they kept shooting, and at some point, based on all the shots, you can kind of tell how much they have left in the mag, right? So I'm gonna get rid of this. So if you can tell, all of a sudden when he peeks away for a little while, the whole reload time, obviously when they double peek, that's your moment to either move, take a peek, try to put a little pressure. Once they start getting less on the overall mag, you don't want to double peek when you know they have a large mag. So this is really kind of the art with it, and this really helps with improving your aim, because obviously the biggest thing when you're improving your aim is that you need to know where to shoot, where to hit them, right? So again, I hope this video topic is really helpful. I really appreciate you guys watching and supporting the channel. Tomorrow we're going to talk about how to cut corners, aka slicing the pie. But I really wanted to break down this concept of double peeking. I do this all the time. It's just a big mistake that I make. where I feel like I have better aim, and I'm like, you know what, I can just beat them. I can just kill them. When in reality, I should take a shot, wait for the pressure to give up. Because the thing is that if somebody's holding an angle, there's only so long that somebody's going to hold the angle. Here's another example. Let's say I'm holding the angle for such a long time, but I'm no longer watching what happened here. Maybe their teammates flanking up on me. The person hard holding this angle against you, you can even feel out the amount of time, and you can feel the pressure. It becomes a bit of that 4D chess, chess, like just baiting them out when you know they're not going to shoot anymore. You can just kind of feel, and this is what we're talking about, game sense, where you kind of just feel your opponent out and know when they're going to shoot or when they're not going to shoot. You can tell how good the player is based on how they're peeking and what they're doing. Obviously, if somebody's jiggle peeking, you can tell they're a good player. But nonetheless, I hope you guys found this video helpful. Talking real time. Hopefully I didn't stammer or stutter too much. It's fun. I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys real, kind of in the moment, and know that I guess I kind of know what I'm talking about in terms of some of this stuff. This is really hard concept to practice also in pubs, because keep in mind sometimes, like I said, people will just yellow at you, right? Just run at you and they're not double peeking. Well, that's when you create the double peek, and then you kind of get your little pop, pop. Use cover. You're using cover effectively. Just double peek, and I can't wall jump. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more content, and tomorrow we're going to cover how to cut angles and how to properly do it, obviously. But again, I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.